Hello everybody, Raven Knight here. Just wanted to make this video kind of impromptu, wanted to kind of give my thoughts on this. So, as you all may know, or you may not know if you aren't aware of it, but yesterday, Springtrap and the Five Nights at Freddy's crossover with Dead by Daylight went live, and now everybody's getting the chance to play Springtrap and play on the new map. It's pretty awesome, and what I wanted to do in this video is give a very brief idea of what I think about Springtrap in the game, how he feels to play, and my overall thoughts on Five Nights at Freddy's being involved in Dead by Daylight at all. So first of all, let me just say, the map looks phenomenal. I think that's my favorite part about this new chapter. It looks really, really good. I loved playing on it. There's so many little Easter eggs you can find throughout, and if you're a big fan of Five Nights at Freddy's, like so many other are, you're going to really love it. You're going to love all the little details they added to it. One thing I really like is if you finish the generator in the main party room, the animatronics on stage come alive for a few minutes and just play a song. I think that's really cool and very funny. So I really like the way that they set that up. The other thing I'll say is about Springtrap himself. Honestly, I wasn't expecting to say this, but he's pretty fun. Like, I'll be real, he's kind of fun to play. I've never been good at ranged killers. I've never been good at those, so obviously I struggled a little bit playing him, and I had some rough matches for sure. But at the same time, I really enjoyed his play style. I thought that it was creative, and there were some genuine jump scare moments with him, which I wasn't expecting. So I gotta say, they did a really good job with Springtrap and the Five Nights at Freddy map overall. So, you know what? Thumbs up. That behavior, thumbs up. You did a good job here. Now, let me talk about my thoughts in terms of the lore and inclusion of Five Nights at Freddy in general. So, the first thing I want to say is this. I've noticed some people complaining online and in forums saying that they don't like the chapter because it doesn't feel like Five Nights at Freddy. Like, apparently a lot of Five Nights at Freddy's fans came over to the game as a result of this, and they don't like the way that they did it because it doesn't feel like a Five Nights at Freddy's game. And my response to that is, what did you expect to happen? Like, this was one of the reasons I wasn't too high on the idea of Five Nights at Freddy's being involved in the first place, because if you're a huge fan of the way Five Nights at Freddy's plays, you're not going to get that same feel as you would in Dead by Daylight. Five Nights at Freddy's is a game where you are stationary and the horrors are coming to you. It is a very much a passive sit-down game where you react to things in a stationary setting. Meanwhile, Dead by Daylight is a very active, reactive game where you as a survivor are constantly moving and acting, and the killer is constantly approaching and revolving around that. What you do and what the killer do is in a constant dance of trying to catch or be caught. It's a glorified game of tag with hooks involved. Meanwhile, Five Nights at Freddy is very much a slow burn horror of you're sitting stationary, you can't leave, you can't escape, but you know you're being attacked and you have limited amounts of power to protect yourself. They are very different kinds of games. So if you came into the game thinking, oh, this is going to be just like Five Nights at Freddy's, you're in for disappointment. You got to go ahead and make some compromises and say, look, we have settings and characters from Five Nights at Freddy's. This will not be like the game. You have to have that mentality before going in. But with that said, what do I think about Five Nights at Freddy's being included in Dead by Daylight in the first place? I think that it was an obviously good idea to do it because you're going to draw in a large fan base, and they clearly did a good job representing a lot of the aspects of the game and the franchise. But I would be remiss if I didn't say I don't really feel fond of the concept. Now, like I said, I think they did a good job, and I enjoy playing Springtrap. So please don't misunderstand this as me saying I don't like the chapter. It's fun. But as a general rule, and people ask me this all the time, I get asked this in every single Dead by Daylight stream, what would you like to see added to Dead by Daylight? What franchise would you like to see added in? And I say the same thing. I don't really want more franchises. If I'm being real, I'd rather see Dead by Daylight get creative and add original killers and survivors. I think that they do a lot better when they make original killers and survivors, because what they do is they have to step into a creative realm outside of what's already being given to them. There's something kind of, I don't want to say lazy, but there just isn't as much effort that goes into, hey, look, a licensed killer, or hey, look, a licensed survivor. All you got to do then is just insert them, make sure that you pay homage to the original concept, and boom, bada bing, you got what you need. And I just feel like there's so much more creativity that can be had from creating your own original thing. Like, I created the Mother Killer, which I think would be a really cool addition to Dead by Daylight, and people are asking me to make a survivor to go along with the Mother, which, believe it or not, I am working on. So I had a lot of fun creating that, and I had a lot of fun rewriting the Houndmaster's lore. That was actually really fun to create. So as a writer, as a narrative guy, as someone who loves to create stories, I think that there's a lot of fun and, passion in creating something original for your project. If all you do is you say, okay, what's a horror franchise we can take from, this one, let's see what we can borrow from it, I don't think that there's as much heart to that. I don't think there's as much love for that. You know, it's almost like, okay, who can we draw in this time? It's kind of like when Disney bought Star Wars or Indiana Jones or any of these other things. I don't feel the heart in it. I feel the money-making opportunity from it. And again, it's a game company. They're going to make money. They want to make money. I get that. But just from my own personal perspective, I don't think we needed Five Nights at Freddy involved in the game. I'm glad we got it. I know that a lot of people are happy and a lot of people are really enjoying it, myself included. I'm glad it's here and I am enjoying it. I just wanted to say as a general rule, I'd rather see us be a little bit more original. I'd rather see more original killers and survivors come to the game. I'd rather see original perks, original powers, original abilities. That's just my perspective. That's the way I look at it. And you're free to disagree. I totally understand if you do. I just wanted to make my thoughts known. But with my thoughts now out there, I can safely say this is a successful chapter. The map is great. The killer is very creative and fun. The perks are, one of them's really good. I'll say one of them is really good after using it for a while. The other two I need some more time with. And don't worry, I will make Springtrap's dedicated video. Everyone's been asking, are you going to do a video on Springtrap? Are you going to do a video on Springtrap? Jesus Christ. Yes, I'm going to do a video on Springtrap. You can bet money on it. But first I got to get through the Arella survivor. I got to do her, and then I will do Springtrap, okay? Like, I got to do this in order, guys. And yes, some people have pointed out that I skipped Alan Wake. Yeah, honestly, because I forgot all about him. I'll probably circle back around to him after I do Springtrap, and I'll just get him out of the way. But anyway, hey guys, look. I'm not here to rain on anyone's parade. Believe it or not, I really do like the chapter in Killer. Like I said, and I'll say it as many times as I have to, I really do like it. My only point here was to just simply say, while I think that this was a cool idea, I'd like to see Dead by Daylight return to its roots and do some original stuff again. Do some original killer concepts and survivors. Because I just think that you're going to have a lot more fun that way. There's going to be a lot more passion that way, and I think people are going to appreciate the energy and dedication put into it. Now, I understand that we will be getting some more original survivors and killers in the future. Fantastic. I'm happy for it. I look forward to it. Just know that I want to see it. I just want to see it come. And, I want to see them do something really creative and fun. Just realize that with the exception of Arella, the last two killers we've gotten have been licensed killers, That's kind of where I'm sitting on this. The last two killers we've gotten were licensed killers. So I'd like to see an original one come along, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's all I got for you right now. I just wanted to give my thoughts. I really do like what we have, and I hope to see more creativity in the future. But that's all I got for you today. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video. Take care.